Hey guys, the PTS changes are so amazing. I've had so much fun testing them out, but there's one that has me a little bit worried. Hey guys, so today I wanted to go over some things on the PTS. I finally got my hands on it, which is great, though I have to emulate it because my phone is very old and not very good. So it's not running too well for me. I'm not able to get really good games. My ping is like 350 plus, which is like ultra uber red ping, which I can't really play on. And my controls are kind of scuffed. I don't really have a good controller set up for it at the moment. So everything's running like a D-pad and it's hard to aim abilities. So I'm not really able to get games in, but what I am able to do is go into the practice area and really test things out. And this is kind of where I excel anyway. I'm very good at going into the practice tool and learning things. You can ask our friends of mine like Crashy, they'll say things like, Louche, how do you sit in the practice tool for like 8 hours and play? And I'm like, hey man, it's where I get green ping. So I get most of my good work done in here, and this is where I get most of my theory crafting done. So I've gone through a lot of the changes, and I want to speak about the ones that I like and the ones that I don't. Now, this patch is definitely in big favor of the things that I like, and everything is of course subject to change because it is the PTS. A lot of this may not come to fruition. Fruition? Comment if I'm wrong. My English is terrible sometimes. Yes, it's my first language. Please do not judge me. So the first thing that's drawn my attention, of course, is the fact that we have the draft. I haven't been able to experiment with this much. Instead, I've been playing games. But the draft is exciting. This is something that we needed to have and something I'm glad that we have. And the implementation of this is going to be incredible because we're going to be able to play things we haven't normally played. We're going to be able to ban things out that are too broken. And this kind of evens things out. So right now at the moment, I think things like Urshifu and Dragonapult are very, very strong. Dragonapult in the right hand is going to be quite absurd because it has pretty much infinite invisibility. It can be invisible as much as it wants, and it also has a unite that it can hit every 10 seconds. Now, this unite is not the most powerful thing in the world, but let's keep something in mind. Dragapult's unite has execute damage. It also is still a unite move, so it activates energy amplifier. Now, the reason that's important is because if you hit Dragapult's unite, and then you use your abilities and do a bit of damage with some basics, and then you hit your unite again within that 4-second window of damage, you will get the execute damage boosted by energy amplifier, and you essentially have the energy amplifier buff of increased damage every like 25 seconds or whatever energy amp's cooldown is. So this is a really, really big deal, and Dragapult's going to be pretty scary as an AD carry kind of Pokemon. The Dragon Dance set is pretty cool. It seems pretty interesting that you can just like, get a reset when you get a KO. I think it's pretty interesting with that. And the other moves kind of just synergize well. It's mainly about the Phantom Force and the Dragon Dance. The other one just kind of synergize well with those two. And it's kind of cool to see. So let's get on to Urshifu. Now, Urshifu is probably one of the most broken Pokemon I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm telling you this now. Urshifu will not be released in the state that it is now. There is no way. There is no way that Urshifu is going to be released in the state that it is in right now. And if I am wrong about that, then they are crazy. And this will be banned every single game. Urshifu is honestly like release Lucario, but with way better unites. The Pokemon is mental. Urshifu has Wicked Blow, which is just like Power Up Punch, but it hits in a cone. You have the same Unstoppable, but you get it on the regular version. You don't need to be level 11 to get the plus version and get Unstoppable. You're always unstoppable, and it charges out into a cone doing damage, though only the center line gives you the big crits, but it's still pretty impactful. You get the same damage reduction, it's pop but stronger. Then if you go the other moves, you get 3 dashes that you don't need to hit stuff to get resets with, you just get the dashes, and the last one always crits, and they cause knockups, and this is absurd too. It does a lot of damage, it's really cool to play, and the other 2 moves in those sets synergize really, really well. The dash you get in the Dark set does a lot of damage. I think it's called Throat Chop. Does a lot of damage, and you get stuns in that as well, and you can reset that with your Wicked Blow and your Unite, and it's crazy. On the other end, you get a Stomp that gives you a big shield, increasing your damage, I believe, and that's just really, really strong. No, I think it's just a shield, but it's really strong, and it also knocks up. It's very, very good, right? So the Pokemon is very, very, very strong. And then it's got 2 different Unite moves. One is yeet enemies up into the sky or all the way back to their own side. Whatever you want to do, you just yeet them. And if you hit them into enemies, you knock them up. Crazy move. And then the other one is a massive combo. Now, you hit it to get a boost, kind of like Marchamps. And then if you do more damage in between, I think it's every 3 hits, you get a combo counter, making the Unite longer, up to 10 hits. Now, this is also crazy. Urshifu is just kind of nutty. The Pokemon is nuts. The passive is just like more damage, and then boosters give you more damage. I don't know. Urshifu's nuts. It's not going to release the way that it is, and it's kind of insane. Now, there's the new items as well. The Ninja invincibility item, this thing is going to be insane. You throw this on a Dragonapult, you come out of invisibility. Oh no, I don't have it up. Let me just go completely invincible for a second and get it back. They have this in other games. They have this in League of Legends. They have this in Smite. They probably have this in Dota as well. It's a very, very strong item, and you're gonna see this on a lot of carries. If someone's gonna hit you with a Unite, you just press this and you dodge all the damage. If Mew's gonna hit you with a Solar Beam, you press this and you dodge all the damage, and it's only on a 60-second cooldown. That is quite valuable. This is going to be very good, and it's instant. It's so fast. This is definitely going to be a very prominent battle item. Now, on the other hand as well, we have the new items. We have the Scarf and we have the Crown. Now, the Scarf's attack speed is kind of nuts, and what I like about it is it pushes characters to what we probably couldn't have seen before. This on Tyranitar, it's a stomping like tantrum. I know that's a moving Pokemon, that pun intended, guys. Stomping tantrum. It goes nuts. He just stomps and stomps and stomps and goes crazy. If you throw this on Cinderace, it doesn't even have basic attack animations anymore. Duraludon Decidueye with Razor Leaf, my goodness, it's so fast. And it's going to be interesting to see because now AD carry builds are going to be different. They're not all going to be the same go-to build, and that's because of this next item, the Crown. Now, the Crown is essentially 10% physical lifesteal on basic attacks. It gives you 10% healing of the damage that you do on basic attacks, which is essentially what lifesteal is for basic attacks. So this is really cool. I tested this on Marchamp, did a bunch on basic, which is kind of cool, and it's just really cool around the board. You turn this on Decidueye, 10% more lifesteal is pretty good with Razor Leaf. Cinderace, your survivability goes up, you get even more lifesteal. Something like a Charizard, get more lifesteal, right, in your Unite. This is a very good item, and the reason this makes the meta more diverse for like the AD carry type Pokemon is because you're getting a Pokemon like say Cinderace, and you're going to run Muscle Band on it for sure because the passive is too good to not run on AD carries. You have to run that passive. Then you're going to be like, okay, I guess I can run the Scarf here for more damage, and then I run Scope Lens for even more damage. That's really cool. But what if you were to drop either the Scarf or the Scope Lens and you were to get the Crown and do lifesteal? It's going to be up to playstyle. Are you going to be wanting to kite around and heal? Is that going to be better for certain matchups? With drafts, you may be able to see that, in this game, I really want the lifesteal. In this game, I want the attack speed a little more. It's going to be really, really interesting. And you're going to want to pick your battle item again based on draft. A lot of crowd control. Let me go full heal. Ooh, okay, a lot of burst. Let me grab that Ninja real quick and dodge those big ultimates. This is going to be really cool to see, and it's really, really going to change the game. Now, all of these changes so far are incredible. Every one of them is amazing. I love them. I'm here for them. I'm happy with every single one of them, except for this next one. I do not like what they have done to Rayquaza. So we still don't know if this is going to make it into the live build, but right now in the PTS, Rayquaza gives you a much bigger shield, it gives you even more of an attack boost, and it gives you a much faster scoring speed. They have buffed Rayquaza across the board, and it's feeling a little reminiscent to old Zapdos. It's a bit too much. It feels kind of like if you get Ray, you win fight because you do so much damage with those shields on. The shields are even bigger, and the scoring is even faster. It just doesn't seem okay. It seems like they're going in the wrong direction here. Now, I know a lot of people might like this change, but I personally think it's for the worse. I liked Rayquaza when it first came out, and it had more health, and it was harder to take down. You had to actually play as a team and be intelligent in how you get it. But unfortunately, that was harder for solo queue players, and now they're going in the opposite direction. So I guess it's weird for me because it seems like people are starting to be kind of happy with a change like this, but people also thought Zapdos was too strong and too broken. So do we want the end game objective to decide the game every time? Is that what we want? I feels inconsistent, and I'd like to know what you guys think of that. Another thing they've implemented, speaking of solo queue, is they are testing split queues. Right now in the PTS, you can queue as a 2 to 3 player stack, that's including solo of course, or a 5 stack. They're separate queues now. Duos and trios will no longer queue into 5s, and 5s will no longer be able to farm trios. That's really good. This is really good for the game and another great step. This patch has so much good, and I'm kind of worried that that one bad is going to make the game feel unhealthy. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think of things going on in the patch? What would you like to see from the patch when it finally drops? What are you looking forward to the most? What are you going to test out yourself? As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.